I want to thank Dr. Marion Walker for joining us today for our Ask the Expert video blog series. He is recently retired from Primary Children's Hospital and the University of Utah in Salt Lake City, and he is the chair of our Medical Advisory Board. Also with me today is Jennifer Bechard Johnson, the Education Manager for the Hydrocephalus Association, and my name is Amanda Garzón, and I'm the Director of Communications and Marketing. So Jen, this is this question that we get. Oh, and it's so hard because it's what every parent and every patient probably wants to hear. Can a shunt that is no longer needed be removed?
Well, if the shunt is, if the shunt's no longer needed, it could be removed. The trick is knowing whether you are using the shunt. There is no test that we can do that says you're not using this shunt, you don't need it, other than
taking it out
to see. There are many stories, and there are many stories in my own practice where patients have had shunts that have pulled way up out of the abdomen. They've been in there for 18 years. They look like they're broken, and you just know they're not working, but they are. There's no real test. There's no scan, CT or MRI, that will say, you can look at it and say he does not need a shunt. There's some things on those scans that would strongly hint that you do need that shunt. But the short answer is one has to be absolutely certain before the shunt's removed. Now, in my particular practice, I would, if I wanted to see if the shunt was truly able to come out, I would place the patient in the hospital. I would externalize the shunt catheter from the abdomen so that I have control.
So not remove.
Not remove the shunt altogether.
Okay.
And I would clamp the shunt off and watch. And I'd watch for about 5 days. And if they truly can go that time without having headaches or symptoms or worries and having no drainage, then I would agree to take the shunt out. But even then, that patient has to be followed closely over the next few months, because occasionally there's just not enough absorption, and eventually you end up needing a shunt again. So the short answer is a long answer. And if you truly don't need it, sure, you can take it out, but it's hard to know for sure.
Now, some of people in our community, my daughter included, have 2 shunts. And so then there's that suspicion, is one shunt doing all the work and the other shunt really isn't needed? I'm assuming that wouldn't change the approach, though.
No, that's the same question, because they might be needing both shunts and you don't know that for sure. So unless you have really good reasons to want to go under more surgery, I would say just don't worry about it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that would really be the tell. I mean, even if it isn't working, well, you wouldn't want to go in for brain surgery if you don't need it. If it isn't working, and that means nothing's going wrong and everything's okay, you might as well just leave it in.
Let sleeping dogs lie.
Let sleeping dogs lie. I like that. Well, that was a question from Monica. Monica, thank you for asking that question. We get that question a lot, and a lot of people are curious about that. And I think it's tough. You know, we want our kids' shunts to not be working. We want our kids not to have to need shunts. But I guess it really comes down to, if it isn't working and everything's okay and it's not limiting them in any way, you wouldn't touch it.
Yes, that's exactly what I would suggest.
Okay. Well, thank you, Dr. Walker. Thank you, Monica, for your question.